Minimalism, the art movement. Minimalism, a lifestyle. Things have gone a long way in between the both of them. It doesn't matter what I am referring to in 2020, but there's a lot in detail once I dive into it. Minimalism is not a lifestyle. It is not some religion, not a trend that one follows because it's trending, and not something one understands completely. We all know English, so when we hear the word minimalism or minimalist, we think it is something or someone that has nothing. The face of minimalism or a minimalist also tells the same. Be minimal. But as I told you earlier, you never know what it is until you dive into it. Why am I telling you all this now? Because I am a minimalist. It's just a name, rather a title I put upon myself very recently. I didn't want to name something that I followed, but it had to be. This is the way. Yes, I am a minimalist. Maybe from the time that I started to think about doing something with my very personal organizing skills. Yes, I am really very organized. No, I don't show it out in public. Yes, I do get really irritated with unorganized stuff. Let's go back now, back to somewhere where all this started. It was in the middle of nowhere. I had to change rooms during my college, and it is where everything started. My love for organizing things. I loved organizing my room so much that I got clumsy during the semester end just to reorganize my stuff again. That was just the beginning. Later came the big wave that I was not ready for. Fast forward to 2019, where I had the chance to reorganize my home. And this time things started getting pretty weird. I had internet to look things up now. I got to know different organizing methods, different ways you can keep the same things that I've been keeping from a long time. And the movement continued to 2020, where I had to look up different designs for my upcoming new home. One such idea I came across was One such idea that I was suggested was minimalistic designs. We have Pinterest for exactly the same things. I browsed and browsed, maybe too much, but I browsed so much that things started showing up everywhere on my social media. YouTube suggested a lot of such ideas, and one guy kept popping up repeatedly. I did not click on this guy for quite some time, but one day I gave it a go. I fell in love. Not with Matt Diavella. Of course, I do. Who doesn't? But you get the point. I immediately started relating myself to the concepts he would tell. It was really practical and synced with me a lot. Then started my actual research for what minimalism actually is. I understood that it is a steering to the car that we carry ourselves. After binging Matt's videos, I was restless. I knew that this was the next big thing for me. Why was that? Because I was already in the flow of minimalism long before I knew I was in it. My OCD type feeling now allowed me to creep itself through my mind. See anything? Declutter. 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 I went forward, a lot forward. Let's come back a little. After my initial research, I came across some incredible people. Joshua Fields Milburn, Ryan Nicodemus, Gabe Bult, GK Space Guy, Pickup Limes. Each one had a different view on minimalism, and everybody were correct. Everybody made sense. Then I learned, I fixated, and I decided I'll officially put a name to whatever that I'm doing. So I had to do what I had to do. I joined the minimalist cult, leaving all the worldly possessions, feelings, emotions, and mainly myself behind. I was kidding. I actually did not do that. It's all fake. But on a serious note, I learned what it is to be a minimalist. There's a lot more to talk about minimalism, but this is not the time and place. I have a few suggestions for you guys below. Please check out if you want to. But as far as I am concerned, I started preparing myself for the inevitable. I had too much of thought and too much of everything with me. Things had to go. I'm not talking about physical possessions here, but about my mindset. If I had to move forward in any way, I had to calm down and declutter myself. I divided my decluttering process into two ways, physical and mental. My mental decluttering process started long back, and as on today, I'm really confident that I keep things simple. Without any overcomplications, there's a structured way to execute those things. There's always space to improve, so I'm just putting a comma onto this as we have to move for the next one. Physical decluttering. I declutter most of my stuff every now and then, but how much ever I do, I get back the clutter soon enough. So this time, I named myself a minimalist, and with that extra constraint, let's hope I get extra credibility. I decluttered once again, got rid of things that I don't need. And for the things I don't need but have to keep it, I started a 90-day rule. Have I used it in the past 90 days and will I use this thing in the 90 days from now? If not, I'm not having it. Be it my stationery, my work, or my movies collection. Digital minimalism is an entirety on its own. Let's go to that later. And after decluttering most of my stuff, the most obvious thing to do next is my wardrobe. I have 29 shirts, 15 pants, and 49 t-shirts, along with many tracks and shorts. I mostly use only 25 to 30 of them to the max, so I decided to experiment a little bolder. I closed away my wardrobe completely and bought 6 new shirts. Yes, they all look the same. I did this to see if I can go buy only these shirts every day and if I won't need other things in my wardrobe. It is simply a win for me. I can get by the same shirt for the rest of my life. Imagine that. Thus, I started my new journey in minimalism with everything becoming minimal, from my mindset to my lifestyle. It is just a phase of life, and I am still 100% open to possibilities. Minimalism is not a lifestyle, it is just a tool to better understanding of life. Let's see where this takes me. Please subscribe for content like this. Thank you for watching. I just talked why minimalism in this video, and going forward, I'll discuss more on how and what parts of minimalism, as this video is just too big to do that. Cheers.